We're very happy to have this group for this interview, and I would like everyone, as I always do in our interviews, would like everyone to introduce themselves. Sir, from Beximco, you're at the top of the screen, so why don't you go first?
Okay, so thank you very much. Welcome to everyone. I am a member of the group board and chief executive of Beximco. Beximco is the largest business conglomerate in Bangladesh. We employ 70,000 people, and we are a big fish in a small pond. So we have a revenue of $2 billion. And our core businesses are textiles, apparel. Uh, we have we also produce ceramics. We are the largest producers of pharmaceutical. Yesterday, we just launched with the US ambassador our PPE and medical devices company. We own the largest bank, but our major concentration and growth area is textiles, apparel, and particularly denims. Thank you very much.
Nice to have you. Then from Arvind, we have, please.
Thanks, Andrew. Glad to be here today with everyone and welcome everyone to the panel. I'm Abhishek Bansal. I'm leading the sustainability and innovation work at Arvind Limited. And Arvind is one of the largest textile manufacturers in India and one of the oldest denim fabric manufacturer in this part of the world. Besides denim, we also have a non-denim division, which is equally large. Our denim fabric capacities are in the range of 100 million meters per annum. Looking forward to today's interaction. Thanks.
And then we have from Italy.
Hi, Andrew. Hi, everybody. Thanks for this invitation. It's a big pleasure for us to participate to this panel. And I'm Andrea Venier. I'm the managing director of Officina Plus 39. Officina Plus 39 is a chemical company based in Italy. And we are exporting worldwide our chemicals and our technologies, mainly during last years and also through the pressure of people like you, Andrew. We worked a lot in sustainability and try to develop a new new processes to reduce the impact of the chemicals, of the impact of the chemistry in the industry, trying to replace bad chemistry with better chemistry, and mainly to work on the water parts. So the reduction of the water, I think, is a very important mission for a chemical company right now. And that's the reason that really we appreciate to be part of this panel.
Well, you made a beautiful movie, which the viewers have seen at this point, and we really appreciate the movie. I have a question for you about the movie. So you mentioned in it that 50 liters per garment water consumption for the washdown. How do you come to these numbers, and who does the calculations?
So firstly, let me say that really we know very well that water is essential for the life, and it is critical for the planet to survive and thrive. And as I say, that as a chemical manufacturing, we are conscious on this, and I think we are also, is the time to take also our responsibilities and obligation in front of this important matter. So as a chemicals players, we starting the video that you saw, starting from really a real commitment of our company, and hopefully all the other chemicals, our competitor also, I hope that they will commit to the UN Agenda 2030. And in particular, I think as a chemical company, we have to address our efforts to SDG 6 in particular, so clean water. And this should become a mission for all of us. And the calculation that you are mentioning are coming in collaboration with the Textile University here in Italy. We gave to them information about a standard process. Standard process means not we are talking 20 years ago. We are talking about standard process, actual standard process, so already thinking about liquid ratio 1:6, 1:7, 1:8 maximum. And we took a basic denim, means from desizing to stone washing to bleaching and the netrization step in the middle to finishing. So, and we compared with the new technology that we are launching soon that really permit us to reduce drastically 75% the water consumption. Andrew, around this project has been that we are really conscious that also COVID will have a severe impact on our sector, and this may affect the capacity in the coming years for new investments. If during last years, big helps coming from the machines manufacturing, our friends from the machine manufacturing, that they developed a machine to reduce water use, I think also the chemical companies now must give their contribution. And so the idea is to develop chemicals to work in the traditional machine, so to help this very hard time, means that if, of course, one laundry can use the chemical in conventional machine, in traditional machine can be ready for the production, can be ready implemented in the production, and also, of course, this can give immediately benefits to the impact of our industry in front of the water consumption.
Thank you. Okay, the next question is for Arvind.
Thank you.
Your company has done a lot of work on water reduction, really a lot. So can you tell us the proudest achievements that you guys have?
Thanks, Andrew. And Andrew, just to give you a brief overview and to the viewers about our water work, we actually split it into three categories. One and the foremost work which happened quite like already a couple of decades ago for us is to ensure that the water going out of our facility is as clean as possible or meeting all the regulatory requirements. So that I would say is a baseline. Second focus was really to ensure that over time we move from fresh water usage to recycled water. So we changed the source of water itself over the years by deploying various cross-cutting technologies. And that is also linked to one of our proudest achievements when by end of 2019, we eliminated the use of any fresh water for textile production. So all the water that we use in our different facilities is being sourced from wastewater, where in one instance, we have also partnered with local municipality, and we are just drawing the sewage, which is coming out of the community homes in the surrounding areas. And we clean it and use it for denim production. So I think that was the second layer of our work, where we ensure that input itself becomes much more sustainable. Third, and which is an ongoing process, and where also there's a tremendous focus, is how to eliminate or reduce the use of water itself in the process. And I think over past 5-7 years, a lot of help has come from different technology providers, different solution providers to reduce the water from the dyeing and denim finishing part, when I speak about fabric manufacturing specifically. And again, a big milestone was the commercialization of foam dyeing indigo technology, which we did again last year, where we installed a large scale, one of its kind, foam dyeing, denim foam yarn dyeing machinery, which is almost eliminated the water use to the extent of 95%.
Is that working?
And
is that working for you?
That is working. And of course, as you change the definition of dyeing itself, there are challenges, and there have been challenges initially, especially during first 6 months of installation, of commissioning, of stabilizing the technology, and trying to produce exactly identical product that we produce through conventional technology from the new technology. So challenges are there, but there's a great hope, and it's already working commercially.
Thank you.
There is still a lot of work to be done. So I think, but this shows us the direction. So we are seeing, and we are hopeful that within next 5 to 10 years, we are able to apply this or similar technologies across our entire dyeing operation. So we eliminate the water as much as possible from the dyeing. From the fabric finishing part also, there are also processes which are closer to like a dry process, I would say, for finishing the entire fabric length, where there are machines and technologies which we are investing into, which are related to more physical treatment rather than treatment with chemical and water. So from the fabric manufacturing perspective, we see already good signs of things to come, because not only does it help to have all the water which is recycled, so you have minimized that impact to a certain extent. But when you also reduce the water during the consumption, because water is carrier for chemical, for energy, for everything. So the amount of water you reduce, you need the lesser chemicals, you need lesser steam. So it is not only water, it is all interlinked when we reduce anything from the process.
Right.
So we see some great signs and great hope for the future in the same direction.
Thank you. And then the question for you, sir, for Beximco is, what's happening on the waterfront for you, and what are the opportunities to do better? Can you tell us?
Well, water is a fantastic subject. They say that the future wars will be because of water and not oil or anything else. So Beximco has had a huge focus on water. And what we did was we divided it into different areas. So one area where the biggest usage of water is in agriculture, when you grow the cotton. And so we started there, and we said there are about 8 billion people in the world who throw away, because of fast fashion, about 100 billion garments. And so, why can't we sort of take, post-production waste? And because while you are making garments, you also end up with, at different stages, 4 or 5%, somewhere even 10% of wastage. When you make a marker, it's about 86%, in terms of efficiency. So we partnered with a company called Recover, which is a Spanish company with 70 years history. And we've made an immediate investment of $25 million. So starting sometime in June, we will have the latest technology from France, and we will start recycling post-production waste and pre-consumer waste.
What is the water impact of that?
Yeah, what it does is that when you take that into, the standards are measured by the Higgs index. And if you take 1 kg of normal cotton which you grow versus the recycled recover cotton, you save immediately 15,000 liters of water per kg.
Who says that's true?
You can Google Recover, and you can also see the Higgs index, because the Higgs index is what is actually used by the industry. So according to that, Recover is number 1, and it'll give you the figures, and we can also email that to you.
Okay, let's go back to water for the three of you gentlemen. So Andrea's product is for the jeans production. And
this was only one part. I've got other parts which I wanted to finish. Can I do that? Or
if you could please talk about anything you want to talk about with water, because we'd like to.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is that the first part is that the largest consumption of water which people miss out is in growing cotton. Now, if you don't grow cotton, you take your shirt and you recycle that to fiber and make it to cotton. So, and you take fresh cotton versus this, you save 15,000 liters of water, because that's how much it takes to grow 1 kg of cotton. Now, when you go from there, the second stage we are looking at is fabrics. So Beximco has developed a proprietary salt-free, water-free dyeing process, and producing 6 million yards of fabric, that will save us 24 million liters of water per year. The third, from the fabric, you actually come to washing. So we've installed the 5-0 system. We've also introduced foam washing, and now achieving washing for a pair of jeans of less than 10 liters of water. And for certain shades, we actually wash a pair of jeans. We have a thing where we call a bottle of water for a pair of jeans. So that's 0.3 liters of water. The final stage is when you actually come to the effluent treatment. So we've put an MBBR system and we are installing a RO system where you'll be able to recycle all the water. So apart from cleaning it and giving it to agriculture, we will be able to bring it in. And we are installing, and part of it is done, a rainwater harvesting system. So the rain is coming from the sky. This system will save us 37 million liters of water per year. So you start with the cotton growing, you go to the fabric, you go to the washing, and then you go to the sky and catch. And then also in the washing, we've put 3 drains, so we recycle our drain water, and that saves us. It's not in my head right now, but something like 100,000 liters per day. So those are the steps that we are taking. We are looking at it holistically, not just at washing or fabric, but from the agriculture to the end.
Thank you, sir.
And we see great opportunities there.
It's a lot of things. Thank you. We are now really close to the end of our time. So I want to finish with Andrea because you got the shortest amount of time. So Andrea, you're going to sell your new product, obviously in the area of Bangladesh and India is the biggest producing area of jeans, I assume. That's your goal, right? Is to make a big impact.
Yes, sure.
How do you see this going in the future? How do you see the implementation of this?
So I think, as I said before, will be important to work out and increase the technology, the investment in the technologies. And the technologies can come, of course, from the machines, as well from the chemicals will be very important, from the water treatment plants. So I think it's always there is not only one solution. So it's a combination, is a mix of solutions that can help us to reduce the impact. For example, as a chemical company, I think apart addressing our effort to reduce the consumption of water, so use nebulization system that the machinery production, the manufacturing of machine are producing during last year. So implement the numbers of chemicals to be applied in that type of machine, work in a technology like the last one that we are launching, Aqualess Mission, that is reducing the water consumption because certain process like the enzyme step and the bleaching step is in dry form. So we are creating like a dry cloud inside the machine, in the conventional machine. And then, for example, will be very important to work to increase the number of biodegradable products so that also if we are using water, we can then assure that the chemicals have a high level of biodegradability. So I think these are the key points that should move our industry and in particular chemicals company like us.
Thank you. So for the viewers, we have 3 amazing companies here. I hope you enjoyed this interview. I thank everybody for doing this. And
thanks also for amazing host like you, and so happy to see you after a long time. I hope to see you physically soon.
No, I want to come back to Biella so much. We have a big project.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you.